get started, I want to make sure that you all know that I got written approval to do this video by the booking king himself, Adam Blampied. Lamplate, whatever. We can't coexist anyways. Either way, I do not want the Adam stans to come at me. Today, I decided to rebook the entire WWE Queen's Crown tournament. Fans were super happy when WWE announced that they would be doing a Queen of the Ring, calling it the Queen's Crown tournament. But so far, it hasn't been what fans have expected. The matches have been super short, with 4 matches in the first round taking place, and all of them combined haven't even put together a 10-minute match. I know, right? Crazy. Either way, we've been having short matches. Fan favorites have been eliminated extremely fast from the tournament. It's left a lot to be desired. So, just for fun, I've decided to rebook the entire tournament. Hopefully you guys don't hate it, but before we get to it, here is a message from our sponsors. It's not easy making fans happy. Are you up for the challenge? Sicko Games presents the Wrestling GM app, a simulator game that allows you to run your own shows. That's right, now you're the general manager. As the GM, your job is to book 90-minute shows that will please your fan base. There are over 20 promotions to choose from. The Wrestling GM app is available on iOS and Android. To download the game, click the link in the description box below. Now, back to our video. So my goal for the Queen's Crown tournament is to build new stars and also bring some excitement and life back to the Raw and SmackDown's women's division. I want to use this tournament to put women on the map, build future competitors for the champions, and also to showcase some great women's wrestling. So, I need 4 women from Raw and 4 women from SmackDown. Let's start with SmackDown. On the left side of the bracket, I'm starting with Liv Morgan versus NATALYA and Toni Storm versus Shotzi Blackheart. I chose Liv Morgan versus NATALYA because in this tournament, I want to make Liv Morgan into a star. She's finally gonna get a push. I think starting her off with NATALYA would be great because NATALYA is the perfect person to teach and help girls get to that next level. So she would help Liv Morgan look good in this match. I would also have Liv Morgan win because my goal is again to push her to the moon. Then I decided to go with Toni Storm and Shotzi Blackheart. I want both women to get over in this tournament because they both have serious potential. I would book them to go hard for 10 minutes and have them both get over by putting on a competitive match. I would have Toni Storm go over because at the end of the day, she is a former NXT UK Women's Champion. So in the end of the first round, I would have Toni Storm and Liv Morgan moving on to the semifinals. On the right side of the bracket for the Raw brand, I am going with Shayna versus Tegan Nox, Mia Yim versus Doudrop. I decided to go with Shayna versus Tegan Nox because even though I want Shayna to come out looking like a monster in this tournament, I also want to showcase women that we don't get to see often. The story I would tell here is I would play to the history that Tegan has with her knee injuries, where she tries everything possible to overcome and defeat Shayna, but Shayna completely exploits her knee injury history, and even though Tegan would have hope spots throughout this match, Shayna would still get the win. Then I decided to go with Mia Yim versus Doudrop because you could have a good competitive match between both of these women, showcasing them both in a positive light. You could really coin toss who would win this match, but I would go with Mia Yim. So, Mia Yim versus Shayna in the semifinals. Now, let's go into the semifinals. The left side of the bracket would be Liv Morgan versus Toni Storm. Now, this one is a toughie because you got 2 fan favorites here. So the story I would tell here is 2 women who just want to prove that they are the better woman. Liv Morgan would want to prove that she's a main eventer. Toni would want to prove that she's a force to be reckoned with. Eventually, I would give the win to Liv Morgan. She has been in the shadows way too long and she needs to be seen differently on the roster. Her getting wins over Natty and then Toni Storm would be a huge game changer for her career. So Liv Morgan would be moving on to the finals. Then on the right side of the bracket for the semifinals, you have Shayna versus Mia Yim. I want Shayna to defeat Mia Yim. I would actually make this a glorified squash. In the first round, we saw what Mia Yim can do by competing in a very competitive match and winning, but now, because I want to show that Shayna is a monster roster, I'm gonna have Shayna defeat her because she's just in the zone and on a path of destruction. I want to make it very clear that Shayna is a monster. Now, time for the finals. For the finals, I would have Liv Morgan versus Shayna. Now, there are two ways I could tell this story. I could tell the story of the ultimate babyface Liv Morgan overcoming all the obstacles and defeating Shayna. Or I can have Shayna defeat Liv Morgan and make her into the ultimate monster on my roster and crown her the Queen of Spades. So what to do? This is really hard. I'm gonna go with Shayna Baszler as the winner of the Queen's Crown tournament. Here's why. There's more money in the chase. So because of that, I'm gonna have Shayna win the tournament. I'm going to go all the way with her. Liv Morgan making it this far in the competition already puts her on a new spot on the roster and makes her a new force to be reckoned with. I can keep the story going with Liv Morgan chasing the title while also creating a monster with Shayna. So there you have it, the booking of my Queen's Crown tournament. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you hated it, go ahead and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, but be kind. Other than that, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this one, awesome interviews, and so much more. Plus, if you want to chat with me about women's wrestling, wrestling in general, this video, what you had for dinner, what you're planning on having dinner tomorrow, whatever the case may be, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter and or on Instagram at _Denise Salcedo. Until next time, I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.